Good evening and welcome to Premier Scene. I'm Mike Jonas, here at London's Leicester Square for Day 7 of the BFI London Film Festival for the gala premiere of The Lady in the Van. It's a wonderful story that's now going to be appreciated by many more people that haven't been able to read the book already.
Yes, good.
What was it like working on this?
It was a complete joy, actually, to work on this. It was bloody hard because I was also playing Willy Wonka at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane. But it was a story I knew. I'd worked with Alan before, I'd worked with Maggie before, so that gave me confidence, I suppose, that I'd got the approval of these two people who I revere and have loved watching as I've grown up, and I got to work with them. It's not bad, really.
That's fantastic. Now, obviously, as for the part of Alan Bennett, it's a story that I can't imagine for 5 minutes he ever thought would ever get this far, as a theatre production, radio show, and now film.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for a role like that? He had to live with it for 15 years. What's your thoughts?
He's having played him on stage already was a huge advantage to doing it on film. And having known him for a long time was obviously a help, and that I had his approval, as I said. You watch him, you listen to him, you read all his writing, and you then try and sort of filter all that personal knowledge, but stuff I don't know about him, through my own imagination. So I hope it's not just a kind of spitting image puppet impersonation.
Well, no, it's a wonderful interpretation.
Thank you.
How we are now at the London BFI Film Festival.
Glamorous Leicester Square.
It is indeed. It's wonderfully lit up this evening. How does that feel to have the film shown at this event?
It's really exciting because I've not done a lot of this, actually, because most of my work's been on stage. I've done telly and film along the way, but I've never really done this. It's all right. My dad's here.
First of all, congratulations on the film. It's a wonderful story. Can you tell us a little bit about how this come to light with you? And
well, I had Miss Shepherd was living in a van in Gloucester Crescent when I moved in the 1960s, and because her van had come to rest opposite my house, I didn't get to know her because nobody really got to know her, but I used to see her as I worked in my bay window, and she used to be disturbed by the number of people who went out of the way to tease her or to bang on the side of the van and to just make her life miserable, really. And it got so that I was keeping half an eye on her and distracted from my work, and I eventually found that the only way I could not do this would be getting her in the garden where she was out of the way, and that's what happened. But it was in my own interest that I asked her in, so when people say, "Oh, you were so kind to her," it wasn't like that at all, really.
Obviously, it's a wonderful story, and now it can be appreciated in another format. Did you ever imagine that would be the case when you first wrote the book?
No. Well, I used to know that it was interesting, some of the stuff to do with her, but I never knew there was a story behind, that she had a story to tell, which I only found out after she died. Her brother told me that's how she'd been a concert pianist when she was younger, and how she'd been involved in an accident and had left the scene where a motorcyclist had died through crashing into the van. And all this was a very adventurous life in a way, much more so than my own. So that was a big surprise, and I think that comes over probably more on the film than it did on the stage.
It's terrific that people are enjoying it so much, but what's really great is that a very wide audience now gets a chance to see Maggie Smith in this part, because everybody knows how funny she is, but she's been a great actor for 60 years, and she's worked with Hollywood legends. She played Betty Davis's maid. She was there at the beginning of the National Theatre with Laurence Olivier. Now you get to see that she can go deep, break your heart, as well as make you howl with laughter, and I'm thrilled that we've had that chance.
With obviously the return of Dame Maggie, having already done it the part on 2 occasions, what's she been able to bring to it that she's not done in previous times?
Well, the precision, the reality of it, the truthfulness of the performance is extraordinary if you watch it. But what I admire beyond anything, and I don't know how she does it, is that she can, with just a tiny little bit of observation or invention, make you laugh and cry at exactly the same moment.